Mount Two Sisters, June 11th and 12th, 1982. Second Lieutenant Marcelo Lambias Pravas. On June 1st, 1982, my regiment took up defensive positions on Mount Two Sisters, while the British were already occupying Mount Kent, which was the dominant position due to its height. On June 6th, I came face to face with an advancing British unit, and they began shooting at me. I was behind a small rock, and every time I tried to peek out to fire, I was met with a rain of bullets. So I grabbed 2 grenades from my belt. I threw the first one, and after it exploded, I saw a British soldier holding his leg with his hands and screaming in pain. Then I quickly threw the second grenade. At that moment, I stood up along with Soldier Gonzalez, who was beside me, and we started shooting at the British. An enemy soldier only a few meters from me fired but missed. I had to throw myself down over some rocks as if sliding down a slope. When I reached the bottom, I ran with an NCO to take cover behind another rock, and at that very moment, a bullet hit and killed the Argentine NCO. I stayed behind that rock, trembling like a leaf, unable to react. Then my section appeared and started firing at the British, reaching the rock where I was. We counterattacked the British and they began to retreat. All of this happened amid intense British bombardment on our positions. Thus came the most terrible battle for me, the night of June 11 to 12, 1982. On that particular day, British artillery attacked us with everything they had. They didn't stop firing at us, both the artillery and the British warships. I was certain they would attack at night. I was operating a rocket launcher on Mount Two Sisters South, and the British soldiers were attacking my comrade Perez Grande's position. About 3 or 4 British soldiers came running and shouting during that attack, and I managed to hit them squarely with a rocket. Nothing more was heard. When I fired the second rocket, I saw a shower of tracer bullets coming at me from all directions. It looked like daylight, and I couldn't tell where that rocket ended up. We defended our position for about 3.5 hours in a corridor of 50 to 70 meters. At one point, I grabbed the machine gun, and a Milan missile hit the rocks above us. The shockwave threw me onto the machine gun. I burned myself on the barrel, and a piece of metal cut the upper part of my lip. At that point, we had to abandon our position on Mount Two Sisters South, supported by an Argentine machine gun on Mount Two Sisters North. We were practically surrounded by the British. We retreated toward Mount Tumbledown, crossing minefields and rocky streams. Since everything was covered in snow, visibility was poor and the ground was very slippery. There were 2nd Lieutenant Silva, a few soldiers, and myself when we reached the other mountain. Curiously, 10 years later, I went to the Falklands and met the British soldier Nick Taylor, who had attacked with his regiment that night, and we recalled almost the entire battle, even though we had been on opposite sides.